Greetings and salutations, all the ships at sea. I am back again, and I know I didn't do it last week, but I got my live stream going today, and we're going to figure out what is going on in the Las Vegas market. Like the thing said, it's like my till of the day is oh my goodness. Hold on, got it over here. Truth about the Las Vegas real estate market. We're doing a little live stream update here. So, be honest, I don't know what the truth is yet. Sunday night, relaxing. Gonna go find out with Saul, and we'll see what's going on. Uh, before I get too deep into this, I'm just gonna say this one thing. It has to do with my channel, Universal Music Group. Copyright struck two of my videos, and they were two high performing videos. That's what's really making me mad because just between those two videos was, a few thousand views. And they struck it because of my little intro thing, because it had the song Heart on My Sleeve in it, and they're fighting really hard on this thing. And what it is, Heart on My Sleeve is 100% AI generated content that someone created. And the Supreme Court has ruled that you cannot, the Supreme Court has ruled that only a human can create something that is copyrightable. So laws haven't caught up with this yet. And the reason they're copyrighting is because the deep fake voice is that of Drake and The Weeknd. And that little stinger, there was only about 6 seconds, and yet they copyrighted struck those two videos, which really makes me upset. Uh, because they do not own the copyrights, and this is clearly established law. Yet they're bullying people, and my biggest fear is YouTube will bow down to them and just keep the copyright strike because of who they are. Because I even said have them produce their copyright, which they can't because it's not copyrighted. It's uncopyrightable. Matter of fact, the latest case law has to do with that monkey, and I believe it was Indonesia or Malaysia that took a picture of itself, and then the guy who owned the camera tried to copyright it, and then animal rights foundations tried to fight that and have copyrighted themselves, and the end result was no, no one has the copyright because he did not take the picture. The monkey did, even though his argument was he set the camera up, whatever. Yeah, it's not copyrightable. But let's get on to it. And let's start talking about what's going on in the market. So let me go ahead, share my screen, and let's get to it. So let's see here. Gotta move something out of the way. We'll go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it a little bit more. Let's scroll down. Let's see. So in the last 7 days, oh, this is going to be interesting. We have 721 new listings. So 201 came back on the market. Yet price decreases of 416 homes. Increases of 119 under contract and 302 and 539 respectively, which is 841 if my math is correct. 715 actually sold during this week. 225 expired. Now, for those of you who haven't been watching these expireds, for the entirety of our time that we went through the COVID housing boom, expireds were almost non-existent. They're back now. It's not as bad as it was before because, 225 isn't too bad. It's just that we used to have a lot more expireds. And in all honesty, the majority of these people, if I were to go look at them, look at this, they had already withdrawn from the market. And then this was their expiration date happened because it was the end of the month, beginning of the month. When most agents set their stuff. As you see, the majority of them, um, yeah, they just plain expired. We had some that were on the market for like as little as 1 day. That's interesting. I guess someone took a 1-day listing. I know that street. Uh, a 4-day listing, a 5-day listing. So, so very short time. Let's see, right here. Temporarily off market. 31. We don't care about those. Withdrawn. 103. Withdrawn conditionally. 57. And we still have 71 coming soon. Now, market, just from my observations, is still strong and everything. The biggest thing that I'm seeing, so you looked at all of those price decreases. We're still getting multiple offers right now. Here's the thing I've noticed. This is what's going on. When you overprice your house, I know, I keep beating this dead horse. I'm kicking it. I'm shooting it. When you overprice a house, um, that house just ain't selling. Okay. So I just don't understand why people continue to do the this is what I want when it doesn't work and never has. And even now, with the housing market coming back, it's not working now. So let's get on back in here and let's see what the housing market's really doing. So we are going to look at, let's just say, the broader housing market. And you know how I like to do it. We're only going to look at Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. So overall, we have 4,538 homes available. Of those, 533 were condominiums. Three, whoops, 56 were manufactured homes because some folks do want to see that. Single family, 3,546, and townhomes, 402. Just to get a quick comparison. So condos and townhomes together, remember the board puts them together. So 935. So they actually are down. What would that be? 29 from last month. So we have a slightly sinking inventory. Looking at single family, 3546, 37, 37. Okay, now. So looks like we are down 100 and I'm just calling it 180. It's actually 190. So yeah, fewer homes on the market. Let's get into it, see what these homes are bringing us. So let's look at the results, get into the stats. So, okay, let's see here. Oops, done me. Look at me. Look what I've done. I'm sitting here. I forgot to do something. Got to look at sold last month. The official board stats aren't out yet, so I can't give those to you when they come out. I mean, I got enough information to do this officially, but I like to use their stats. So 2214 sold compared to 1962. So we have a couple of hundred, no, 250 more sold. Now let's go look at those stats. Drum roll, please. Oh my, median price, get out of there, 445. That's the close price. Compare that to 430. So yeah, prices are going up along with interest rates. Whoops. Let's see here. Why does it do that? Well, our lowest priced single family sold at 210. Uh, the max one sold at 14.2 million. The average is 569.9 compared to, wow, that's way up too. But it could be those expensive houses there. That one was on the house on the market for 382 days. So let's go back and look at condos and townhomes. So 673 sold compared to 535. So more sales, condos and townhomes. And we have been holding steady on that price. Let's see what we get here. And townhomes and condos have gone up $5,000, 275 from 270. Uh, yeah, with the most expensive one being 255, 2.5. Yeah, that's $2.5 million. Okay, so we got that in. Um, Months of inventory should be roughly the same. I'm not going to calculate it. So that is what is going on in the market. For those of you who are going, hey, how's this market doing? Well, I can tell you right now, it is a, I don't know. Let me take a look here or something. I want to go back to the bottom of the market, which was the market was steady for several months and then started slowly coming up. So let's just go back to February. Bring those numbers over. Need to make sure I share my screen. Okay, so we've gone from, huh, am I looking at the right? That's 2022. Uh-huh. Let's get this right. February of 2023. But that is interesting. We are almost back to where we were a year ago. Uh, Format. Okay. Why? Am I downloading the right thing here? Hold on. Okay. So we've gone from, let's just call it what it is, 425,000 to 440. What did I say? 445? An old man, forgive me. Let's go back to single family. Actually, before we get out of it, let's just take a look. So 255 for condos and townhomes up to our current 275. So from the bottom, I'll get rid of that. So I keep bringing it up. I could have probably left it up. So 255 to 270. So $15,000 is how much more between condos and townhomes you'd have to pay. And let's go in and look at single family houses. And that's not right. Here we go. Single family houses. Let's look at the results. Get the statistics. So 445 is the current price. Last month, 430. 425. So 20,000 more. So the cost of waiting was a slight interest rate increase and 25,000 more dollars. Okay. So I think that answers the question about what's going on in the Las Vegas real estate market with live update. I'll get the market report out pretty soon. And I'll have to say there's no one else on here but me and myself, so there are no questions. I don't want to wax too poetic on it because I'll be putting, based on history, either tomorrow or Tuesday, they'll be putting out the market stats from the board, and those stats are the ones I will do my monthly market update on, along with some other updates. At least I was able to keep this one under 30 minutes. If anyone has any questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll try to get to them. And I'm going to end this on the, I have no idea what all YouTube took away from me, because they took away a few thousand views from just those two videos, which is really ticking me off because in general, I get 100, maybe 200 views. I think maybe those two must have gone over a threshold that made Universal Music go like, "Oh, I'm gonna smack this guy down," even though there's um, a copy of the original up on YouTube with 1.3 million views. Go figure. And they, something that had a six, it was 11 seconds total, but the first part was the piano, which they don't own the musical arrangement. It's only like 6 seconds of the AI Drake's voice. 6 seconds. And they're punishing the living heck out of me right now. So I will address that. I've already filed a counterclaim against them because I'm not going to let this stand, and I'm not going to stop talking about it because this is frightening. That big corporations, and when they know they do not own the copyright, are actually copyright striking creators' pages, and I really feel it's unfair for. And they know that no one can fight against them, and I think that's what it is. And in all honesty, I think YouTube is probably going to take their side. That the voice sounds like Drake, even though it's AI. I can go right now to one thing and I can create anyone's voice, including Samuel L. Jackson or somebody else, and I could revoice myself in Samuel L. Jackson. That's where technology is now. So then, what? All of a sudden, his creators are going to come. I mean, his managers are going to come in and say, "Oh, you use Samuel L. Jackson's voice." Well, no, I used AI that imitated his voice, and that's what it was in Heart on My Sleeve. But anyway, any questions, reach out. I do see one person has come on. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd leave it out for just a minute since you came on here and see if you have any questions. I know you just popped on. I just went over the current numbers. We are up again. Sales are about the same, but we have fewer houses on the market. And what I'm seeing out there, there are multiple offers. Houses that have overpriced themselves to begin with are not getting the multiple offers. So be careful of that. Now, what I have not checked on with the multiple offers is talking to other folks and just saying if those offers are good. Because I know, like maybe in January or so, when there were multiple offers, nobody, I mean, they weren't even hitting the list price, and sometimes not what the house was worth. And the sellers were taking them. That's also the time when people could get away with, getting closing costs. Now, when I talk to a buyer, it's like, you did this 3 months ago, I could have gotten you closing costs. Now, it's iffy. So my play is, if you're a buyer and you need closing cost, find the houses that have been on the market 90 plus days. It's the same house, and for some reason, all the other buyers are steering clear right now. Go for those houses. You can get them under um, list price and probably under their value. That's your best bet if you're going to be betting right now and trying to make a move. And those are the houses you can still get things like the closing costs and possibly the interest rate buy downs. As far as interest rates go, I predict they're going to go down a little and back to where they were a few weeks ago. And a lot of this that got factored in was because of the debt ceiling crap that was going on. Well, that's over. The stock market's already rallying. So you have a good chance of seeing that go back down. Uh, with that, housing market is probably going to be remain robust. I know there's somebody's going to say every real estate agent says you should sell now and buy now and all this stuff. I'm just telling you what the numbers say. We still have a shortage, and it's the opposite shortage that we had a few months ago. A few months ago, we had a shortage, but it didn't. It felt like we were in a buyer's market, but now it's feeling more balanced. So it's not a seller's market. It is a seller's market, but it feels balanced. You can go in and you can talk to somebody. Whereas, let's say February of last year, yeah, you couldn't talk to anyone. They were like, no, this is what I want. I think I did the video where I talked about what was going on in California right before the housing market correction. I mean, there were sellers who were going back and suing their agents. And the reason they were suing their agents was the stupidest thing. You know, they had a house that was worth, we'll just make it up, 800,000. They got a $900,000 offer on it. So 100,000 over what it was worth. And the person paid them 850. And they're saying that the agent should have made sure that they weren't bound to the 850. This is the greed that people have. So I don't think the greed's going away. During that entire uh, market correction, the buyers had a bunch of greed. I mean, massive greed. I saw it on both ends, listing homes and helping people buy homes. And I think the greed is slowly coming back for the sellers. So don't sitting around and waiting for the market to change on you. I would really get out there and get with your real estate agent, get with your lender, and start working them numbers. Because if this goes back to the way it was a year and 3 months ago, Lord help you. Okay, I don't have anyone viewing right now, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. And as always, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, leave a message. I hope you've made it this far to the end. I'm sorry I had to rant about Universal Music Group. They took away, I mean, the two best performing videos I've had this year. They copyright struck them. And the reason I'm mad is YouTube takes everything that those videos produced. So I actually had negative several thousand views for last week because they took all the views back. And I don't know because I've never been copyright struck before. But if I win, do I get my views back? I don't know. Did they take away the people who subscribed from those videos? I don't know. I haven't checked because there's no way to really know because all your stats are gone. Everything's gone. You have no idea how many views you had or anything. So we're done with the real estate portion. Okay. If you guys have any questions, reach out. And I hate that I had to go and change the last few videos, remove that because you get 3 copyright strikes, you lose all of your channels. And I actually have more channels than this because I have another real estate channel that's devoted to Spanish. I can't take that chance. So sometimes you can be right, but you got to do what you have to do. Thank you, everyone who has watched this and who's watched it on the replay. I will talk to you next week.